Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different and we're going to be doing a demonstration in Procreate Dreams as per request. I put out new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. All right, so let's get into it. So this is just going to be a very simple demonstration. When you open up Procreate Dreams, you'll see what is called the theater with all of your projects in sequence. When you want to start a new project, you press the plus sign and it leads you to a couple options here where you can pick your size dependent on what type of projects that you're doing and also what application you're doing it for. So for today's demonstration, we're just going to be doing or using the widescreen. So you press, for this one, we're going to be pressing draw. So here we can see this white portion here is called the stage. And then this rectangle, which you can move around, it works similar to Procreate. So you can use your two fingers to move them around. So this is the stage and this is called backstage. So what happens if we click this little button here, it just shows us what is going to be in our animation in this rectangle here. So anything outside of that will not be seen, but you'll get why it's still helpful and useful in the video in a little bit. So we can go back to the squiggly line here is kind of where we can make our animations and do our drawings and our artwork. Some people, just to note, they do use the Procreate app and then they can upload it onto Procreate Dreams. There are certain functions in Procreate Dreams that aren't accessible. Whether they're going to be adding them in at a later date, I'm not sure. Okay, so then we have stage, the backstage, and then down here is called the timeline. So the timeline shows you and you're gonna get a better glimpse of this in a bit, but it has the different tracks, the different stages and layers of your animation go into here. And by pressing this plus sign, you can add extra tracks, you can add photos, videos, text, or other files. Other features we have here is what's called the perform button. So by pressing it, and we're going to be using it next, but it allows us to do what is called a perform animation or performance animation, which we will be doing in today's demonstration. And then the play button allows us to play back what we've created. Where it says Dream 5 here, that is just the title of our movie, which can be changed. When you click on it, you can change certain properties of the video here and you can share. So this is where you can download or upload it onto your device. And then by pressing this button here, we go back into what was called the theater. Okay, so I chose just any kind of sketching brush and we're gonna draw an airplane. So we're gonna start with a very long oval. Just roughly sketch in the body of the airplane and then the back fin. What they don't have in this version of the, Procreate Dreams is they don't have that automated function where it makes your circles perfect and your lines perfect, which can be quite annoying. But we just gotta go old school with this one. So here I'm just doing the wings of the airplane. This is just for demonstration purposes. You can draw whatever you want, honestly. Note that the little squiggly line where kind of the middle toolbar there,
So that is where the drawing, when you press that, it means that we're in the drawing mode. So I put in windows, and now I'm going to be going into the inking section and picking the Baskerville brush with a black color. And keep in mind too that the layers work the same as they do in the Procreate app. So I'm adding another layer on top of our sketch layer. And we're going to be going over our sketched plain outline. It might take a few tries. Especially I got so used to depending on the auto function for straight lines in Procreate that it took me a little bit. All right, so I went in and I deleted the sketch layer underneath. I'm going to connect any lines here that aren't connected because we're going to be dragging and dropping a color, an airplane color, so just a light gray, into this shape here, or into my drawing. Okay, so I'm zooming out and you can see in that square there is where the animation is going to be. And I pick a light gray and I just fill in my airplane so it looks a little bit better. I noticed here when I'm filling in colors, the app lags a little bit. So that is, I guess, a kink that Procreate will have to work out. I picked a little bit of a darker gray color and I'm just going to fill in all the windows and the engines under the wings. Yeah, so this takes a little bit because there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, so once we're all done with our airplane, this is going to be on our first track. What that means is at the bottom there, you can see where it says drawing. That is track number 1. If we add that plus sign on the far right on the middle toolbar, it adds different tracks. You can kind of think of them as layers. So if you click on it, you can add a photo, a video, text. We're going to add just a track for this one. So where it says drawing, I click that box so that we hide the airplane for now. And we're going to be adding the sky and the clouds in the background. So I pick like a sky color. it can just be a light blue. And then this is it with a painting brush, just a round brush. And I overlap that rectangle in the middle and then bring the blue color to the far right of that rectangle. And you'll see why in a bit. Next, from the inking brushes, I pick a syrup brush. So if you scroll down a bit, I passed it, syrup, and a white color. We're gonna don't make fun of my clouds here, but just very quickly, we're giving just a very simple demonstration. So very simple clouds. You can do it this way if you like that animated look. Or we can pick, if you go into the elements section, there's actually a cloud brush if you want it to look more realistic. And it looks something like this. Whatever suits your fancy. But I am just going to continue on with my animated clouds. So back to the syrup brush, I'm going to continue drawing in clouds. and then filling them in with a white color. So again, I probably sound like a broken record, but anything that's inside the rectangle is, think of it as like a phone screen. But that is what you're going to see on the phone screen, and anything outside of that rectangle you're not going to see yet. ... And again, for the most part, it kind of works like Procreate. And if you wanted to get fancy, you could add highlights and different colors to the sky. This is just very simple. All right, so once you're happy with your clouds, I'm just gonna click that on that middle toolbar, that round button, and then it says on the top left-hand side, ready. So what that means is performance mode is on and it's ready to record any movement we make. So we're going to use our finger and we're going to slide that background painting that we made from left to right, giving the illusion that the clouds are flying by in the sky. We're going to stop once it meets up with the airplane. We want both clips to be the exact same length, and you can drag and cut portions of the tracks off if need be. So now what I'm doing is we're clicking on the airplane, but it's not showing up. Similar to layers in the Procreate app, we need the airplane track to be first, so over top of the sky track. So I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to select it and I'm going to drag it over top. So now we can see our airplane now. So next what we're going to do is we are going to animate the airplane. So we're going to do the same thing, except the airplane is going to go in kind of a circular motion. And again, I stopped right at the end and then I'm adjusting the length so both tracks meet up at the same time and end at the same time. So then this is what it looks like played from start to finish, and that is pretty much it for this video. The only other thing is if you click on, it's called the playhead, it gives you more performance animation options. So you can use your finger to just move the airplane around like we did before, or we can press distort or warp and you can play around with these and you can move those red points that are in the corners around, and it lets you kind of distort the image. But that's it for this demonstration video. Please like and subscribe and have a great day.